company is stuck in the past because of you. Your retirement can't come soon enough.
A woman stood at the front of a conference room. Her name was Margaret Lewis, 70 years old, 45 years with this company. Today was supposed to be her retirement announcement. Her manager, Derek, stood beside her, 32 years old, been there 6 months. He looked at her, then at the 12 employees watching, and he exploded. "Margaret, I've been patient enough. You don't even know how to send a proper email. You still print everything out. Paper calendars, handwritten logs. It's 2025. This company is stuck in the past because of you. Honestly, your retirement can't come soon enough." The room went silent. Margaret stood there, small frame, gray hair, 70 years old. Her hands trembled slightly. She blinked, confused. 12 people stared. Nobody moved. Derek shook his head, crossed his arms, waited for her to leave. Instead, she walked to the whiteboard, picked up a marker. Her hand was shaking, but her voice was steady. "Derek, what's today's date?" He frowned. "April 14th. Why?" She wrote it down. "April 14th, 2008. Our entire server failed. No payroll, no files, no contracts. 48 hours before we lost everything." Some employees sat up. They remembered. "I had handwritten backups," she said quietly. "Every client, every vendor, every balance. Hard copies, stored off-site. We rebuilt the system in 3 days. I saved this company." Derek's face changed. Margaret opened her folder, pulled out a printed page. "Last Thursday, your cloud update corrupted 3 project files." His jaw tightened. "I restored them, from my paper logs, the ones you just mocked." The CEO stepped into the room. He'd been listening from the hallway. "Margaret," he said gently, "I'm so sorry." He looked at Derek. "You're fired, effective immediately." Derek's mouth opened. "Sir, I was just—" "You humiliated a woman who's given 45 years to this company, a woman who saved us when you were still in elementary school. Leave, now." Derek left. The CEO turned to Margaret. "I know you plan to retire, but would you consider staying? 6 more months, train your replacement properly. Not someone like him, someone who understands what you've built." Margaret nodded slowly. "I'll stay." The 12 employees stood and applauded. Some were crying. Margaret had been there longer than most of them had been alive. She'd trained half of them, protected all of them, and she'd just been screamed at for saving the company. Again. The CEO put a hand on her shoulder. "I'm promoting you to senior advisor, 20% raise, and your name goes on the operations manual you wrote." Margaret smiled, small and quiet, the same way she'd done everything for 45 years. The lesson: the person you dismiss might be the only one keeping everything from falling apart. Should Derek have been fired on the spot? Drop a heart if experience deserves respect. Follow for more meaningful stories like this.